All right, there it is. There it is. There it is. What's up, boys? Stream just started, bro. Relax, Axel. Relax, bro. We started. Link, what's up? What's up? What's up? Sultan Gatang. How's it going, man? How's it going? All right, so we're gonna be watching. We're just gonna kind of do vibes today. Don't have anything like big to do, right? So we're just gonna vibe. Gonna watch the new podcast, the Analyst Desk, the one that I was on before. Yeah, that's the plan. Let me take you to a better place. Renmate Lang Malakas, baby. Bro. I still can't get over that series, man. Pico! What's good, bro? Good, bro. You know, like when you get a little pimple right in the crack of your nose? Oh. Da, 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 da. Yo, whenever, if at some point at MSC BTK plays against Liquid Echo, I'm wearing the jacket. I'm wearing the jacket. I'm wearing the jacket, boys. Sorry, but it has to be done. It has to be done. About time you stream at a decent hour. Hi, Ritz. We calculated already. Bomba is a liar. Yellow only averaged 3.5 deaths in final series. Fair. Very fair. Let me turn on my mic a little bit. Ritz, it's probably good that you didn't watch the streams at that late hour because we were getting wild in here. Grand Finals was a crazy day. I'm sure you saw some of the clips. Grand Finals PH, we were getting real crazy in here. Real crazy. Missing Trex. Yeah, I was just a guest. It's Laphel and Mirko. This is a Laphel and Mirko thing. I was just a guest. Would love to be on some big podcast like this, some cool mobile official MLBB podcast thing, but you know, Trex, I'm just a dino, man. Just a dino. What can I say? I've actually already been on the AG podcast. Go find the episode. I've already been on the AG. It makes me almost wish that me, Private, and G kept doing our podcast back in the day, Ritz. Because now, like, everybody's doing them. All the streamers are doing them. But yeah. All right, we're just going to start watching this, I think. So they already introduced one person, James. We kind of skipped ahead a little bit.
I don't know if I want to do the same to Mr. KidBomba, man, because he's one of the people that made sure that homeboys didn't get out of groups.
You guys hear it already?
5, last I checked. So, you know, it's a little bit of a bittersweet moment, but come on, introduce yourself, KidBomba.
I'm KidBomba. KidBomba and of Team Spirit. Explain.
Laphel, please, all right. So please, that
Hey,
you know, he did knock homeboys out, but so
Hey.
did every other team.
Hopefully I'm louder now.
previously, you know,
yeah,
like
yeah,
Malaysia's
yeah,
just
yeah,
like-
yeah, 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 yeah. Like right there, right there, right there's good volume. The
Anyways,
main course.
I think.
Bro,
it's
what
time
are we on
because, you know, we're
Chopped?
having a little bit
I
of
always thought it
taunting.
was funny how they like the way they label these. The main course. Let me turn myself down a little bit. All right. That should be good. I'm actually too loud in my opinion, but hey. You guys like it loud.
a little bit of trash talking ourselves here, a little bit
No.
of banter,
That's
Laphel.
tame.
You know, even though it's sometimes banter that you can't accept. But it's okay.
Where should I put my
Let's
camera?
talk about the boundaries though of taunting. Did I sit on the boundary? Did I like go over, Laphel?
Dude, that was tame. All right.
That was
You
tame.
could have talked about my mom and it would be fine.
Could've
But
talked
don't.
I'm
about
not gonna
my
go there.
mom.
I won't
mean,
go
I'm-
there. I won't go there.
I don't talk about your mom.
No. Yeah, definitely not. But let's talk a little bit about the boundaries of taunting because that's the first topic that we'll have here for the
There we go. I think that's a good spot.
Part number one.
Boundaries of
or
taunting.
Topic number one. We'll start, I think, with Bomba because Bomba, we
With
all
my-
know him for the
just a
taunts that he
dino
did also
with
in
a liquid
M5,
echo
even
broom.
though I think it was more of an in-the-moment kind of improv that you
Yeah.
did, right? I don't think you had that plan, but
No, I didn't.
just go through that moment in M5. What made you go do the, the typical, the Bomba, this pose
Yeah,
and
yeah.
obviously all
I'm surprised you had a broomstick ready. I was surprised I had a broomstick ready too. It just kind of happened. It just worked. Someone in chat said get the broom, and I went, I do have a broomstick with a blue dustpan. It was like it was meant to be. It was truly meant to be.
all the poses you did, even the jiggy. So what was going
jiggy.
through your head
He
during
called
the
it
moment?
jiggy.
I mean, it was just a hype comeback, and after that, I did it. But it all started also with the first game, where they were shouting a lot after winning it, and it was kind of a close game, so it made me like a little bit tilted. And then after winning the second game, I was very fired up. And then we played the third game and lost that one, which was very close. We had like two moments
their
where we could
volumes
just win
are-
the game, and stuff happened. I don't want to blame. I don't want to blame now, but stuff happened, and yeah.
I mean, we gotta ask, right? Because when you do it, it's fine. When other people do it, it's not fine. Is it because you're cute and they're not?
I think it's always fine to taunt a little bit. I don't think you should have well, it depends, right? As soon as it gets personal, I think people can start defending the person, and I also always think it's fine if you taunt back if somebody taunts you, because it's just the natural response. If you're looking
Fair.
to taunt yourself, then you might as well deal with some taunt. You can't just taunt people and then start crying about the small stuff.
Fair.
Yeah, well, I mean, for Bomba's side, we heard, obviously the emotions go high at M5 during the match against Geek Fam, and he was trying to respond to, all the yelling that Geek Fam did towards him. It was a great comeback too. But for James, for RRQ Hosi as well, when you were the coach for the longest time, we really never got like any crazy super taunty moments from RRQ Hosi back in the day. Was it your principle to tell the players not to taunt, or was it just like the players themselves thinking, hey, you know what?
And
We just don't
Inigo,
like
good
taunting,
night.
We just don't like trash talking. We'll just play our game.
I think I always have this true principle to tell my kids, right? That we don't want to get overconfident and we don't want to underestimate one another and the enemy,
Bro,
right?
that
And when you
camera-
recall and you
that
taunt,
camera
right, you
angle.
tend to underestimate and even affect your own emotion and your decision making. And that's where I don't want them to taunt. And I mean, the guy who usually taunts a lot is Clean, I remember, when back in the season 5, season 6, he liked to taunt a lot, and that's when he lost control and started to play not just anyhow. And when you want to taunt people and taunt enemy, right, you want to actually go into their head and destroy their plans and all this.
What's up, Ian?
That's when you want to do the taunt, and that's the main point of you doing the taunting. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
bro.
mean, I feel like taunting is not just personal anymore. It's a strategy. I mean, look at KidBomba. He made Nail get not able to play for 2 games, right?
I mean,
it must have been tried. Just like, okay, I'm going to taunt him enough that he shows his middle finger. and we're
bro,
all
this is
good.
why Laphel's the GOAT, bro. This is why Laphel's the GOAT. One-liners for days, bro. One-liners for days, bro. This it's a skill to be able to dish out good one-liners.
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
that's quite true, right? That's very, very true. I think it could be used as a weapon, and I think a lot of people have been trying to utilize that in the same way. Bomba obviously did it, and it worked really well for him at M5. but
Bro.
let's talk about the recent one.
What
because
is?
There's also
Was that really happened? This was in this season? This happened in this season? Well, how did I not see this, bro? Rebellion came out with the crown on?
It worked really well for him at M5, but let's talk about the recent one, because there's also a little bit of a... So Audi TZ, if you guys don't know, people watching back at home, Audi TZ has been getting a lot of hate recently, a
Post.
player from Rebellion, because he actually trash talked, not just taunted, but trash talked and also taunted RRQ Hosi during MPL Indonesia Season 13. So to be exact, he basically just said, like, the team is basically Skylar. Skylar is good, everybody else is average, and he also said that he was going to send RRQ out of playoff contention. He also then said in an interview that he's doing this because, number one, he can get into the minds of his opponents, and number two, it's just good for him. A lot of people now know him that, usually probably he would not get any recognition at all if he didn't do all that trash talking. So I think that's I want to send that question over to Mr. Kid first, Mr. Bombaman, as Laphel,
I think some people dislike the taunting. I think taunting in sports, it has always been a thing, right? Like, taunting in sports is always, not just in esports, but in sports in general. One of the things that always comes to mind is, like, Muhammad Ali. Muhammad Ali literally used to, like, I forget who he was fighting, but he went outside of this guy's house before the fight, would go outside of his house and, like, honk his car horn and be, like, standing out in the street in front of the guy's house that he was going to fight and be yelling, like, come on out, we can fight here right now, we don't need the ring, like, and just be, like, talking straight smack to people just to, like, get in their heads. It was a mental game, and you see Conor McGregor used to do it, Nate Diaz does it. You see plenty of fighters do it a lot to get into their opponent's head, and whether you hate it or not, those fighters win a lot of those matches, man, and like, there's a lot of sports where it is definitely a mental game, and I think we don't see it as much in esports, and we don't see it done as well. I think mainly just because I think we don't see it as much just because a lot of people in esports are more introverted. A lot of players are more introverted. They don't have that kind of voice. They don't have maybe that kind of confidence, whatever. But I enjoy it, man. I enjoy the smack talk between players, the smack talk between regions. I think people get a little too in their feelings about it sometimes. I think people take it a little, like, they don't understand that, like, it is kind of part of the sport, man. And, like, you can dislike it. You can think it's not like, you can be like, I'm not crazy about trash talkers, but you can't, like, you can't knock it. It has been proved to work in several sports.
Said, as Laphel calls him. But Mr. Bombaman, what do you think about this? I mean, like, for you personally, was it a brand? Like, did you mean to actually, hurt your opponents in that way? Emotional damage, getting a little bit of
emotional damage.
Was it a strategy, or what's going on there?
I mean, in that moment, it was just all improvised. I just was in the moment and then I did the taunt. But I can see it from a perspective where you want to get into the head of the enemy and make them, like, nervous before the match when you just taunt them and you say, only Skylar is playing, and then the other 4 players get nervous. But I don't think that works a lot of the time. It's more for recognition, to be honest, than for getting into the enemy's head.
And this question, I'm gonna give it to James and Bomba, because for me, the best thing that I taught them was that, where's the line? Where does it get too far? And I told them, if one of your taunt is like, I'm going to make a baby with your brother, that's a bit too far. Don't make babies with other people's families unless
All right, we're back up. Is it the same stream? Oh, it's the same stream and everything. Oh, wow. It's my lucky day, I guess. If we crash again, I don't know. Hopefully we don't crash again. If we crash again, I might not be streaming for a couple days because I got to figure out what's wrong. It's saying my CPU is overheating, but it doesn't really make sense because nothing feels hot. I might have to put new thermal paste on. How do I check the temps of my stuff? Sorry, guys. No, not buying a new PC. Bro, I have a good PCU. There's either my coolant, either my cooler is messed up, which it needs to be replaced anyways. It's got like a water bubble in it, an air bubble in it. Not a water bubble, that's dumb. An air bubble in it that's like a little messed up. Hold on, let's see something. Check PC temp. I have to restart my computer to do that.
KidBomba, man, because he's one of the people that
I'm not that sensitive as well. I mean, people nowadays, right? For the taunting, I just want to say, right? People nowadays, they love like Cinderella.
I'm not gonna make a baby
When-
with your dog, by the way, just to let you know, with other people's families, unless you're married. So, James, where do you think things get too far? I'm not gonna make a baby with your dog, by the way, just to let you know, so that we have a good relationship here.
We have the good relationship. I mean, depends on how good you are with the other person that you are going to taunt. You know, how close you are with them or even the player. You know the limits, right? Some people can take joke and take the taunt, but some people cannot. Like I said earlier, right? So,
Bro, my
I mean,
CPU's only
like what
running
you
at
say just now, the
6%.
taunt, it's not it doesn't affect me. I'm not that sensitive as well. I mean, people nowadays, right? For the taunting, I just want to say, right? People nowadays, they love like Cinderella story. They love the comeback things, you know, happening. Like, oh, they're actually really behind and all this. They get taunted a lot, and people keep bashing them, like the Instagram or whatever things, right? And then they come back, they win like 2-0 them. You know, in the end, in playoff, you know, people love that. People also like to see like, oh, they'll get crushed all the way. You know, like for example, right? Like the few seasons before, right, Aura and GeekFam, right, they was at the bottom. They come back and now they make into the playoff.
You know
and
why
they
some
actually
people
got
don't taunt,
really good
guys?
result. I mean, this season, right? So people love that. And
You know why some people don't taunt? Because of fear. Nobody wants to taunt and then lose, man. Nobody wants to taunt and then lose, bro. Nobody. Nobody wants to taunt and lose, man.
that's where you can taunt, right? I mean, at the bottom, taunt people and then you make a comeback. Something like that. It can be really good. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like if you know that a person, you know where the line is. Where like me and Mirko, we're really close, and he taunts me nonstop. Even when I ask him to stop, I'm like, please,
Yep.
shut up.
There's no line.
Don't talk anymore. And then he keeps on going. I cry every once in a while, but he keeps doing it. He doesn't stop.
Vice versa, you know, vice versa. But I know when to draw the line because I have learned from Bombaman himself. And Bombaman,
These two
where do you
poor
draw the line
guys, bro.
personally? Like when you go for these taunts,
These
when
two
you go
poor
for,
guys,
you know,
bro.
like, all that.
Like,
You
at
mentioned earlier,
least, at least when it was me and Wolf, we can banter with these two guys. You got Laphel. Laphel bantering with Laphel is a beast in its own. Bantering with Laphel is a beast in its own. These poor guys.
as long as it doesn't get personal, but even when you're taunting, you have like a specific
They're like,
line
what
that you
are we
have, like, that
doing here?
you won't cross.
For me, the line is just the situation. If I'm on stage or if I'm doing an interview, then I might chill out a little bit. But If I'm in my personal space, for example, if it's my stream, I'll just say whatever I want.
Yeah.
But if it's like in an interview, I kind of want to keep it low key, just don't want
Like
to
right now.
insult the person too much. But if it's in my stream, then it's just, I'll say whatever I want.
You could be like, even my dog plays better than that.
Yeah.
Yeah, got it.
And I've actually seen your stream. I've seen your watch party of a very particular event. We'll talk about that later, though, because that will be, we'll have a topic just for that. But let's move on to the next topic. And I think this topic will be very, very good for
What's the
both
next
of our
topic?
guest, Laphel, but especially Mr. James, because you can see the jersey. What jersey is he wearing, Laphel?
Onyx.
Close enough, close enough. They are also kings, but these are the kings of kings. And during James's time, I believe it was a very, very
RQ needs miracles.
good time for the kingdom. But unfortunately, right now, the kingdom has fallen.
The dude with the glasses is
almost out of the
James.
playoffs. One more match, and they will
He
be
was
out of
an
the playoffs.
RRQ
So
coach, right?
It is technically the darkest era for RRQ Hosi of all time, because we've never seen this ever for RRQ. And I think I just really want to ask about, the performance from James. James, you've probably been watching RRQ. You're not part of the team anymore, but it seems like you're still supporting the team with that jersey. What do you think of this, of the performance of RRQ this season?
It's not
Did RQ
that
make
good,
This
definitely.
day and age.
And, I mean, close enough to not make it into playoff, right? So I think there's got to be a lot of responsibility onto the players and the coach as well. But definitely rebuild needs to be done, right? And also onto
I'm so out of touch with
I think the
MPL.
players are too used to their
Indo.
comfort
Oh, they
zone
did
from
just make
RRQ.
it. They
I
just
feel used to watch
skated
one
in.
of the stream that they did before. I think all they're doing is just the same things, and there's no changing. Always doing the same thing.
I'm gonna be
They're
real
not
with you guys.
learning
My
from
computer might
others.
crash again,
That's what
bro.
I feel, right? I mean, I just give examples, right?
We'll
Like
see.
players are like sponge. For me, RRQ players are full of sponge with water. They are full already, and then they experience the new things. They don't want to squeeze their water out. They don't want to empty themselves before they learn
Good
the new
metaphor.
thing. So they are just keep adding water, and they didn't absorb anything when
Good
they're doing
metaphor.
streams. That's what
I think that's
feel.
people in general.
In my personal opinion. Yeah. So for each player, I mean the esports players are not just for RRQs. They need to squeeze their water out and like a sponge to learn things. That would be fun for them. Yep.
My question
Be a
for
sponge.
my question for KidBomba is pretty simple. Does the team chemistry outside the game affect whatever is happening inside the game?
I think in the case of RRQ, they have done too many swaps. For example, in Devo, now Team Sur, there has also been, we changed our gold lane and our jungler because of recent performances or because of problems. Well, the gold lane because we had problems, and then jungler because of recent performances. And
They
I think
changed two
the
players?
important thing is not to change the whole roster,
They got rid
to
of
still
their
have the
jungler?
idea of how the team plays. But what RRQ has done is just take two Filipino imports, then switch it up, take another mid laner, don't let the experience that played last season play, let the other guy play. And they've just done so many swaps that I don't think they know their place in the team. And they just try to win it through Skylar, basically. And yeah, in this situation, it does affect the chemistry a lot. And it can affect the performance of the team a lot, as you can see. So, in my opinion, it's just been too much. If you're moderate with it, if you swap 1 to 2 players, it's good. You can improve. But if you swap the whole roster many times over in one season, it's too much for me.
Yeah, I think that's a very good point, right? Because I think most of the teams who have found a lot of success and suddenly to not make it to playoffs, we've seen this as well for Evos in season 10. They were also doing the same thing almost, like swapping their players back and forth, and that's true. I think. Oh man, I don't even know how many times they've actually swapped their rosters. I don't know how many different variants of rosters they've
12.
actually deployed in the Land of Dawn. Did you make that number
lot.
up?
Does it matter if it's true or
I
not?
think my computer is going to take a shit on me. Why is it doing
Does
this?
it?
Oh, man. I'm worried, guys. I'm worried we're going to crash again, boys. For the love of God. I'm worried we're going to crash again, boys. Doesn't feel hot to me. It doesn't feel hot to me.
It's a good
Really
number.
matter.
Well, okay, let's say it is 12, right? What do you think about it, James? Because they have tried everything, and legit, it was everything. From Bomba's perspective, you know, obviously the chemistry becomes really hard to get after constant roster changes. We had Lemon come back. We had Vin come back in the middle of the season from Bigatron Alpha. He was part of the roster in Bigatron Alpha, by the way. So he was really like bonding with the BTR kids, and then all of a sudden
RQ's like a
joining
mess right now.
RRQ again. And then the two imports as well, just getting swapped with Fairsick, who came
How
back
far do you guys
too.
think they go?
So many big changes. What are your thoughts on that, James? What do you think? Do you think it was good? Do you think they needed to look for, you know, a solution to this problem, or do you agree with Bomba?
Well, I think I experienced this roster change and chemistry thing through a lot of times. For example, on M2 against Brand, I believe I changed it 2 times. I lost, of course. And on SMG, where I invited 2 of my old players come back, and I lost in playoff, like first round, if I'm not wrong. So I mean, when we play this game, right, you can call it like inside game and outside game. Inside game, of course, they are good if they are pro players, right? I mean, outside games like chemistry, all this kind of thing, they need time. You can't just expect players to come in, and new players especially, plus the old players, right, Laphel and Vin, they are not easy to bond with, especially when they have 2 new Filipinos come in, and they need time to bond. Yeah, right. And when team is dealing with strategies, spam pick heroes, and the rotation and all this, and RQ is still doing with the chemistry, not enough time. So they probably a lot of time to do it. And if they don't stick to one roster and focus on training, they will just like what happened right now. Yep.
Okay, I have a follow-up question to that. Okay, so I want to ask both Bomba and James as well, but I think we'll start with James here, because this is just advice for RRQ. Because right now they're in their dark era. What would your solution be to this RRQ problem? Would it be to just stick to
She's a
one
runner,
lineup?
she's a
And if
track
so,
star.
you want to recommend the lineup that they need to stick to, stuff like that. You know, what do you think can fix RRQ right now?
I mean, I'm a free agent right now, so yeah, my number is there.
I'm a free agent right now.
You know, James, you just told me before we started this, the podcast, that you are very happy now. You don't, since you retired, you're very calm, no stress at all. So, if RQ gave you the call, would you be interested?
I'm sorry, nope.
Oh, what?
He's like, not RQ.
He sets that up, and then he
promote
says no.
yourself.
Yeah, man.
You can't
No,
do that.
I'm open to give advice and other things and help.
I feel like that has to be. I feel like that RQ is probably one of the most stressful teams you could coach, mainly just because of the fan base. Like, I feel like it would have to be one of the most stressful teams you could ever coach. Which honestly is kind of crazy because they've never even won a world championship. And it's honestly probably the same for like Blacklist, Echo. Like, the more I think about it, actually, Blacklist, Echo, AP Brand, like we saw the same thing on Echo with the whole JP Yawi stuff. Like, anytime the team makes a decisions, like, but I just feel like RQ is probably, like, if I had to rate a team on the most crazy, like the craziest fan base, the fan base that will like literally attack your internet accounts and stuff, it is definitely RQ, right? Like, I'm scared to say this right now. I'm gonna just keep playing the video, honestly.
Other games, but I'm not going to join as official coaching anymore. You know, Esports
Okay.
thing is not for me anymore. I'm having my good life, bought new house, everything. That's good.
It's like
Yeah.
a girl saying, like, I want to find a guy like you. It's like, I'm me, yeah, but not you.
Exactly,
It do be like
Laphel.
that sometimes. It really does, But all right, Bomba, what about you? Do you also want to, advertise yourself, get RRQ to sign you, maybe? What's the plan for you? What's the solution to this problem for RRQ for you?
I think just find the roster, stick with it, and not give up after this season, since it's one of the biggest organizations, maybe even in esports. I don't know how big I think I've seen the numbers, and it's just humongous what a following they have. It's crazy, and that's why I think just find the roster, stick with it, play with it, improve, and
Yeah,
try
I think
your best, because
RQ really needs to be
can't
willing
get
to
worse than
like.
this. You already hit rock bottom. It can only go up from now.
I feel like
Maybe
hopefully
you can
this
get
is a
ninth
moment.
place next season, but
Oh,
Hopefully this is a moment that RRQ decides, okay, let's find 6 guys and ride it out. You know, let's ride it out. We're going to have maybe 2 rough seasons, whatever, but let's ride it out. Because we've seen that happen with plenty of teams, especially in PH. We've seen plenty of teams get some rookie players, get their roster set up, and then, you know, not even get top 2, you know, not make it to grand finals for 2 or 3 seasons, and then be some of the best teams. I think we saw it in AP Brent. It took them a while to kind of get back into their groove. I think we saw it when Echo got the new roster in, when they kind of got all the rookies in. But yeah, it's just... I think they tunnel vision this season because of MSC prize pool. Honestly, I feel like they've always been a team that's felt a little, at least since they made all the big roster changes, since like Albert left and all that, like it just feels like they haven't been able to get it together.
Oh,
that would actually be rock bottom. But I don't know. No playoffs is already. You can only go up from that.
yeah.
That's a good mindset to have. You're already,
That's the Bomba
you're already
mentality.
losing. Yeah. So speaking of losing, is it okay if I talk about NACT, Mirko?
Why
Whoa.
wouldn't it be okay?
Yeah, because I want to talk about the whole BTK winning against GG, where personally for me, Game 7 was a little bit disappointing because I don't know, the silence of BTK. I don't think that was a Fanny game, but it's whatever. So I don't know. Start with KidBomba. What do you think about the
Yes.
entire series for the 7 best of 7 in NACT?
I can be honest here, right?
Oh yeah,
Yes,
for sure.
be honest. Be brutally honest, bro.
I don't know. It was every single game. There was a minimum of 20 misplays. It was hard. It was hard to watch, but it was enjoyable, you know. But the quality of play, it was I don't know, so bad. I don't know. It was really so bad. I saw the edit missing every flicker first skill in the whole series. Then I don't know. XP Lena averaging on 6 deaths every single game. Other guy just picking XP Lena to just win the lane. Uranus time. I don't know. It was fun to watch though. It was hype.
Yeah.
Yeah, for me, even
I
even
think
the
it
draft,
was
the draft was a bit rough for me to watch as well. I mean, Bellman got a win, so that's great. You know, I love big, strong men, so that's good. Pause.
Game
pause.
7
I'm
fan.
feeling very attacked right now.
Relax, bro.
Pause. I'm feeling a little attacked right now. I'm not going to lie, boys. I'm feeling a little bit attacked right now. The only slander I want to hear, the only people that I want to hear slander from, the only people I want to hear slander from, you better be from PH or you better be from Indo. Mirko is allowed to slander. Any PH caster, Wolf, Leo, Naisu, Midnight, any of them, allowed to slander. But Laphel? Don't we beat Malaysia every year? KidBomba? Didn't y'all pick Alpha like 2 days after grand finals and lose with that ish? Talking about never mind. Isn't Malaysia the home of cheese picking? This is the first time that no one's picked Hilda in a season over there. This is the first time we haven't seen some crazy gold lane pick for a whole season over there in years. I'm just kidding, guys. I love you guys.
Relax.
We
I don't even know what their picks have been over there.
Maybe people will just forget about that, Laphel. Maybe people will just forget about that. In 10 minutes, they'll forget about it. No, don't edit that out, all right? Special request from Mirko, don't edit that out. Let it be known to the world. James, you're a big, strong man. Let me ask you next, you know? NACT, what do you think about the grand finals, the best of 7? And you know what? Let's just get a different spin to it. Obviously, we got Bomba's thoughts on the grand finals and a lot of misplays. But I want to ask you, MobaZane, the main topic here, I think, it's not just BTK, but also MobaZane. And this whole team, forming this team together in such a short period of time. Because this guy was about to form a team with the rest, with GG as
Mirko
well.
loves
with
MobaZane.
The GG roster. But then it also
Mirko loves MobaZane. Let's be real here. Mirko is a MobaZane fan, and that's cool, bro. I'm okay with that.
ultimately failed. They chose best player 1. He had to make his own team. He was already thinking about going to different regions, etc. But this is now the third.
A lot of us like MobaZane. But Mirko, he loves MobaZane, bro. I like MobaZane. After I've gotten to know him and be at several events with him, I can't help but like the guy, you know? You can't help but kind of like the guy. When you actually meet him in person, it's very different than how he is on stream. He's much more down to earth than you would think. Like, he's just, you know... And that's the same for just about all the players. Like, I don't... Maybe there's, like, one player that I've had weird vibes with. But even him, you know, I've, whenever, like, we do just chill, we've always had good moments. So, there's never been a single player that I've ever, like, met in person and been like, I don't like this guy.
Third time that he's done this, form a roster out of nothing and still be able to make it there. So, as the perspective...
Hiki, stop that blasphemy. Stop the blasphemy. Get the hell out of here. Hell. Don't you put that voodoo in here. Stop that blasphemy. Matt Melvin literally did the same thing I did.
James, what do you think about, you know, this whole Cinderella story?
I think I know MobaZane from back in season. I mean, was it M4? I think long time ago.
M3
I think
as well?
when, back when the time, I think he don't want to learn anything other than marksman. He just want to play his own heroes. That's what I know. And when we in Singapore, we talk a lot. Yeah, but after that, when he lost and he went back to US, right, and I started to watch his stream, he started to adapt to new things when the 10 meta jungler come in. He started to adapt and start to learn new things. And that's where I think he improved a lot. And for players like that, he knows that he needs to learn new things. That's one thing that I respect him. Second thing is he actually wants to improve. I mean, if you guys don't notice, he
Andrea, what's up?
actually come to us, a lot of people, on what are the things that he can improve other than just in terms of in-game, in terms of outside game. I remember who's the offlaner in M3? The guy, I forget, the guy with a lot. Victor. Remember I was talking with Victor and MobaZane, and Victor was keep pointing MobaZane on his mistake. And MobaZane was like, oh, really? I did? And then it was like he opening his YouTube and watch his own mistake and learn. I mean, that's one thing that what I respect, and I think that he improves a lot on this. I mean, in terms of skills, I mean, he's already improved.
Hold on. Someone in chat just said MobaZane got carried in M3. I don't think he got carried in M3, bro. Literally all of his they were 5 banning that man. They were 3 hero banning that man. I don't think he got carried at all, bro. I think everyone in the team played well, honestly. Everyone on the team played well. I don't think anyone got carried on the M3 BTK team. Like, there's no one that I could be like, man, this player just played bad, bro. Like, and then even then, like, bro, the Saber pick against Blacklist was literally one of the defining things that won them. His Ballman was insane. Like, you know, are we thinking? I'm wondering, are you thinking, like, bro, M3? Everyone played great on that team. Everyone played great. Lilia was vicious. Like, everyone played great on that team. YSS, like a lot of highlights from all of M3 if they have to do with BTK, or have to do with Zane, man.
Improving. And in terms of captain,
That's fair. That's fair, Axel. The PH Onyx PH game. We don't speak of that game, bro. We don't speak of the Onyx PH game. That game never happened, sir. That game never happened.
leadership, I mean, he's also improving as well from a short period of time, forming a team, getting into MSC, right? Okay, and by the way, I like the off-laner as well, the Milo guy. Pretty cool.
Milo.
Yep. Yeah. Okay.
You know, I have a follow-up question to that, because you did mention that in M3, right, you did get to talk to him a lot in Singapore in the M3 World Championships.
Yeah.
You actually also watched the old BTK. So, new BTK versus old BTK. Who do you think is better here?
I think the new BTK has more style, I think. The old BTK is just MobaZane trying to teach others four to play. They're just too amateur at that point of time. But they still beat a lot of teams, right? But they are still like new. People don't know about them. People don't know their strategies. But right now, I mean, back then in M3, you just have one thing to do, right? You kill MobaZane, you win the game. But right now in this MSC, I mean, right now in NACT right now, you kill MobaZane, you don't win the game. They win the game.
That is some statements right there. That is some statements right there. But honestly, let's be real. The fact that it was so much of a funnel meta back then, like not exactly funnel, but still like jungle was super important. Like that was the kind of with any jungler, right? You kill the jungler, you win. And a lot of teams had like one pivot, like one player that like was probably. So against Blacklist, it was like if you're able to kill Venus, you win, right? If you're able to kill Venus a few times, you win. Do I think he was teaching the players back then? No. I think that statement's a little off, but I don't like discredit him because he doesn't really know the team that well. And I'm sure like I think yeah.
Game, right? So yeah.
I mean, I can ask that for KidBomba because honestly, looking at the series as a whole, like you said, a lot of misplays coming in from the entire team, and I feel like going up
Victor
in
was a beast.
MSC where the prize pool is 3 million USD, I'm pretty sure everyone's gonna give their best. And I don't know, I feel like MobaZane is fine. I believe their mid laner Marcuti is also pretty okay. But what do you think in general? Does the team have a good chance in MSC? And if right now they're not good, what do they need to improve on?
It's a question for me?
Yes, for you.
Right now, they can maybe not even make it out of groups.
Shots fired.
Cause
Good to hear.
Because like it's the same format as an M5, right? The last two teams of the groups fly out, go out.
I don't know why.
Well, then right now they don't have.
I don't know why. Every time I hear KidBomba talk about NA, it irks me a little bit. It irks me a little bit.
Chance of making it out of groups.
Maybe it's because what he's saying could be true, but also it's like, bro. I think it's more of like. It's a strong personality. I think it's like the way he speaks sounds like his team is like the way he speaks makes it sound like his team believes that he's like PH or ID, man. Like EECA is a top region. When currently they have not they had one good M series. They still have a lot to prove. Man. Before, sorry, I know my mic's low. I'll make it louder. They still have a lot to prove before they can consider themselves like a top 3 region, you know?
And if they bootcamp in the Philippines and they
like they're still, because you got to think they had a run in M5. It was an amazing run. I was there in person. I loved the run. It made me respect. Daewoo so much. You can go back to my cast and I was getting lit for them. But also like there has to be a feeling of like, come on, man. Games of Future, they bombed. They completely bombed. They are still yet to beat an Indo or PH team. They knocked NA out. They didn't even sweep us. And the games weren't dominant. Like, and it would be one thing if like they swept us, they just completely dog washed us. But they barely beat the worst team we have ever sent to M Series. Our worst performing team ever. They barely beat them. I don't know what that means exactly. Take it how you want it. I don't know what that means exactly. I don't know where it really puts TOB. But hey, you know.
They train well enough, then they can make it out of groups, and I don't know, maybe it can be the first time that NA gets a top 6 placement again. Of course.
You notice how he had to save himself with again. Maybe that whole sentence was horrible. I don't blame it on him. Maybe his English is a little rough. He said maybe they get the first. This could be the first time they get top 6 again, because we've actually done that twice. We've got top 3 and then top 6 for a whole 2 years. For a whole year, essentially, year and a half, 2 world tournaments, we were top 3 region.
If they're in group with me, obviously they're gonna lose, but
The smoke!
Obviously.
The smoke!
Yo,
Just
you know
like
what?
last time.
On that note, that's perfect. That's perfect because that segues into, you know, James mentioned a certain player. You know,
I like it, though. I like it, bro. Much love to KidBomba either way. Much love to KidBomba either way. I'm glad we have someone who is actually... We have a player who's actually talking. Again, never forget, guys, like the thing... Just like how he's saying stuff, I'm going to say stuff on my stream. Charles Torres, Bomba just stating facts. Is he?
you know, earlier he like.
What do you guys think? What do you guys think their chance? Do you guys think they have a better chance of making it out of groups than? Do you guys think they have a higher chance of making it out of groups than we do? Be honest. Be honest. I won't get mad at you guys. I won't ban anybody. I promise. Personally, I think we're about an equal chance. Personally, I think we're at an equal chance. Turkey has a much better. I think group draw is going to be huge. And it's true. Their playoffs haven't even ended. We don't even know if they're actually going to make it or not. That is also very true. Are their playoffs happening yet? When's their next game? 3 days from now?
Likes the XP,
Milo?
likes the offlaner, Milo, right? And you know, a lot of people say he's the GOAT, but he just recently on my stream, he actually came, interview. We were talking about things, and I asked him about your watch party. So this is the whole full circle from what we did earlier. Watch party. If you guys don't know, this guy is an amazing like streamer as well. I love the watch party, by the way. I watched like clips of it everywhere, and I saw what you said about the teams, and I asked him about it because you did say, you know,
Boot camp will be crucial.
It's very good, but all the others they need to improve a lot, and you already said it as well earlier. But then Milo said, "Yo, listen, I like that. I appreciate that. You know, it's cool that you were supporting us, but when I meet you, you're gonna get gapped." Right? So
You're gonna get gapped, bro.
I just want your response to this, Bomba. I just want your response because now there's
I might agree with Mielo on that one, bro.
a little bit of beef now with Team Spirit and BTK, and I'm all in for it, bro.
I don't know how an XP averaging on 6 deaths can diff me, but let's see.
Oh man, okay.
The smoke is real.
Simple.
The shots have been fired,
Not even
boys.
in regular season, in the grand finals.
The shots have been fired, boys.
I can't wait to actually talk about this in MSC. You know,
The shots have been fired. Who you guys got, bro? KidBomba or Mielo? Who you guys got?
Bomba qualifies, if Bomba qualifies, and then you know they all obviously do meet later.
I mean,
Oh
it's
my
all.
God,
I
this
mean,
is-
I really think that he's. I mean, the Expelliarmus was actually not bad in M5 in the NXT Grand Finals. He played very bad in my opinion, but in M5, I said
I mean, he was up against Fried Chicken. He was up against Fried Chicken. He was up against a team that took you guys to Game 3 with an even better, well, maybe not an even better experience. I think Milo has gotten better since M5, but yeah.
he didn't play bad. He was actually good. He was like the second best or the best player of GG, not GG, of TOB. And
Yep.
even I was good with MobaZane. I was like talking with him a lot over Instagram. Even I told him, hey, get this guy instead of Fried Chicken. He's probably better. So I'm happy they're in the team right now together, because I even said just get him. He wasn't bad in M5. Kind of disappointed with the Grand Finals performance, but I hope he.
That's my thing. I'm not saying Milo doesn't make mistakes, but it's not like KidBomba. Like, bro. The man's acting like he's got a. The man's acting like he goes every game deathless, bro.
Steps up.
No,
in
he's just
MSC,
having
and
fun.
Yeah, that's it.
I love that, right? Like, there's a bit of trash talk, but then you know they keep the love.
They keep the love.
Still,
They keep
still
the
there.
love.
There's outside of competition, they're still really good friends. I believe. You know, what I mean, like they respect each other at least, right? Laphel, like me and you.
It's the opposite of us. It's the opposite of us.
I mean, how can I
Exactly,
not
right?
respect them? They won the game versus Homeboys, right?
Oh, dude.
And then
Oh.
and then we got into playoffs
no.
without any problems.
Bro, this is the second time that Laphel's gotten smoked. That Laphel's gotten smoked for Malaysia on screen, bro. When I was in this podcast, I smoked him, and now KidBomba's smoking him.
But I mean, if we could have fought Geek Fam in the best of one. I think we would have won them that too. But yeah, I mean, it was easier to just go through the playoffs.
See, it's
So I
poetic.
gotta
It's
thank them
poetic
for that.
because
I was like,
had
wait,
to
hold up, let me
introduce
talk.
The team that knocked him out and the
No, listen.
player that knocked them out, like that knocked Malaysia out. He introduced you, and then he introduced NA. You know, BTK,
No, listen,
Valley, all
like-
that.
Dude, like when I agreed to this, I agreed to be a host, not a victim.
Fair, Laphel. Break time.
Anyways, you know, perfect time to actually talk a little bit more about the chances in MSC. Because, you know what, Laphel, how do you think Malaysia's going to do in MSC? And because you're a victim, you've been the victim, you've been bullied, I want to give you a shot
Oh,
back,
yeah.
you know.
Here's the thing. SRG, Selangor Red Giants, they're doing amazing right now in MPL Malaysia. Invincible, not dropping a single game. No game looks difficult for them. So here's the thing. I hope they do good in MSC. And if they do good for MSC, then it's good for Malaysia. And if they don't do good, I'll just myself. I don't know.
Okay.
Wait, can I say that? Wait, can I?
Editors are going to
Wow.
get overtime pay for this for sure.
Just,
Anyways,
just,
let's
just bleep it out. Just
bleep it out and let's get to the real teams, right? Now that Malaysia's out of the way, let's talk. I'm sorry, Laphel, but
Like I said, I'm gonna
let's
kill
talk
myself.
About BTK again, KidBomba. What do you think are the chances?
I'm gonna
in
take the long
MSC,
nighty
like,
night.
if they get the proper time, boot camping and all. Do you think they can actually be a threat at MSC?
Like best case scenario, we're talking, right?
Best case scenario.
Best everything goes right. Best case scenario,
Best case
top
scenario.
5-6.
Best case scenario is top 5-6. And do you rank higher than that?
No, I mean we like Team
Yeah,
Surf.
you. Yes.
I thought like, yeah, of course, of course.
Okay.
We got top 4
Then I
last
have
time. We're
confidence.
going for a better placement. The roster has been better than last time. We're improving right now. I mean, we still have our grand finals in front of us. Let's see how they go.
Yeah,
And
dude.
after that, we're gonna try to boot camp as well. And yeah,
I mean, Team
the
Space
last
is gonna
performance
be
in Games
champion.
of the Future wasn't that good, but
Bro, what are you guys arguing about in here, bro? I believe that BTK can beat Bren. Whoa. Listen, hey, first of all, I don't know about that, but I do want to say this. Charles Torres, why don't you just come? You don't have to say NA, because I am NA. When you say, where was the comment I saw from you, bro? Y'all NA got butthurt and it's funny as hell. Who's y'all? And what are you talking about all of NA? Why don't you guys just calm down over there, all right? I'm going to give you all the slide here and just say chill out. Mm-hmm. And let's enjoy the podcast.
Yeah.
What can I say? New roster, new ADC. Didn't have a lot of time. Now we have the time. And yeah.
We already spoke about SRG, obviously. SRG,
Mhm.
really, really good. I want to get the opinions on Bomba and also James on SRG. Bomba, have you been watching SRG? Have you been noticing, their crazy rise and their 9-0, 18-0 match rate, game rate?
Tempest, what's up, bro?
Yeah, actually. I think the goat lane is pretty good. I just see he gets like a triple kill every single game. Either on Roger, Harry, whatever he's playing, he's just always performing. Other than that, I've heard like from interviews or even from you in an interview that they're like so good. They're winning versus everybody in scrims. And well, great. I can't know if they're good. Sadly, we can't scrim them from Europe. But when we get to Asia, we're going to be playing versus them in scrims, I hope. And then we can see if they're actually that good. But having no losers in regular season is a very impressive feat. But what I can say to that is that
Christian Newsom. I watch Trek because he is somewhat a realist, and he even knows everyone else is fighting for third, fourth place. I mean, listen, bro. Listen, it is possible that someone else could make it to the grand finals. It's possible. It is possible. It is possible. It is possible. The likelihood is low, and a lot of it's going to come down to groups and brackets, but it is possible. Exactly. MSC is single elimination. That's why it's really possible, but we're not going to talk about that, okay? And Charles Torres, that's all fine. I'm not butthurt about any of this podcast. We're having fun. Maybe my sarcasm goes over your head a little bit. And again, you can talk. You guys can debate and chat, whatever whatever you want to do. But let's not make general statements about NA. And, because I also don't like it when people make general statements about PH, If people say that all of Philippines is this or all of Philippines is that, then that's not okay either. If you have someone personally that you want to talk to, that's cool. But keep me out of it, bro.
that they didn't play against any team twice. So maybe that's the reason why they're undefeated. And we're just going to have to see in playoffs against teams that have already matched them, how they're going to adapt to them. Since it can also just be a surprise that the team was that good. And obviously you're looking at the matchup SRG versus Homeboys, right? Who's going to win there? And I guess that's going to be the grand finals from between them. But probably SRG is going to win it with the current performance because I just think it's crazy that Goatliner gets triple kill every single game. Every single game is just like 9-0. So what can I say?
For SRG, just want to add one more thing. Remember the mid laner, Stormy, because Stormy's my boy, right? He's an amazing guy. I love his mom.
Okay. And
What?
Okay.
Yes.
His mom's
Okay.
great.
Yeah.
He has a great mom. He gives
sure.
me pastries all the time. I mean, she
Okay.
gives me pastries all the time.
I would love to taste
Don't you
that
love
later.
the players' moms?
No, yeah.
We
Mirko,
do.
Laphel,
We do.
Lafel's
Sometimes, some of these
bonkers,
players actually
bro.
Absolutely, we do, Laphel.
They give birth to all these amazing players.
Speaking of, shout out to Laphel because he also just got married. Shout out. I just want to say that your wife will make a great mom later in the future. I guess that's what you're going for. Is that it, Laphel? Is that what you wanted?
I mean, we'll try to make a kid, but it's very difficult.
Very difficult.
Okay, I don't know why. I don't want to
It
ask
takes
you why
time.
on this podcast.
But do you know how to make a kid?
Okay. Bomba, you know what? We gotta stop this, all right? James, what do you think of SRG 9-0 run? You were there before with SMG. Now SRG are doing really well. What are your thoughts on the 9-0 invincible run? Technically, that they have.
Laphel needs to write
First I
needs to
gotta
write a
say,
sitcom, bro.
I'm the one that accepts Stormy
Laphel needs to
into
write a
pro
sitcom, bro.
player, by the way. I'm the one that watched his trial and accept him, by the way. Yep. First. Okay. Anyway, I love his mom too. Okay. I mean, for a team that don't receive, didn't lose any games in regular season is actually pretty amazing. But the thing is, the player
Bro, I'm not your boy.
that continue to win and have this mentality of I'm going to keep winning, bringing this mindset into a playoff is not really a good thing. Because when you experience defeat in a playoff, you don't have enough time to adjust compared to regular season. That's the whole thing that's gonna happen in playoff. I mean, if SRG is gonna wreck everybody in the playoff, I mean it's good they get champion, right? I mean if they ever gonna lose one game, and they might have trouble. I mean just in my opinion, right? Because
I agree.
people get overconfident by the result, and when they are 9-0 in the regular season, and anything's gonna happen in playoff. People's gonna study them for like 2 weeks break, and updates can just, things might happen.
SRG
That's
nod
my
win.
opinion, but they're still good. Yep.
I agree.
James is cooking.
Yeah, a lot of definitely eyes set on the top team in every single region, and probably everybody wants to try to beat them.
James is like, I'm just here, guys. I'm just here, guys.
Technically, when you're on number one, everybody.
You guys got all this insanity going on, and I'm just here.
So that's something that
down here
definitely SRG will have to try to
with my face
fix
barely
and
in the
adapt
camera.
to
I'm
or
just here,
change in the
guys.
playoff, that level of, or maybe
Ask me a question, I'll answer it, but I'm just
so
here.
Let's move on to another topic from MPL MY as well, because very rarely.
Oh, a lot of
do we see
MPL MYs today. Okay.
one player. Very rarely do we see one player come into the roster and make a drastic change. But that's what we've been seeing for two teams. One in MPL MY, one in MPL PH. For MPL MY, it's Niners. So Max, actually, right? With his entrance or with his introduction back into MPL MY in Niners, they were able to actually turn things.
I got a question, Trex. When are you going to host an event again? I don't know, bro. Someone want to put up money for a prize pool? I'll host an event. That's the thing. It's prize pool money, man. I've come out of my pocket enough in the past for prize pools. All 3 NASLs were essentially my own money. Season 2, we had a small sponsorship of about $1,500. We also got some donations through like GoFundMe and stuff, but I still dropped money on that. Because we had what, $2,000 prize pool, and then season 3 and 1, those prize pools were out of my pocket. $1,000 for season 1, season 3, I think was $2,000 out of my pocket. Yeah. I just don't know if I like, and I don't want to throw an event. I'm not gonna throw an event that doesn't have a decent prize pool. I will not like that's the thing. Like, I'm not gonna throw an event for 50,000 diamonds. I'm not gonna throw an event for 50,000 diamonds. And like, nothing against the people that are hosting those types of tournaments. There's a lot of North American community tournaments right now going on for like $100, $200, whatever, $500, 50,000 diamonds, 100,000 diamonds, whatever. There's a lot of that stuff happening right now, and big props on, because I know how hard that can be. I know how hard it is to host tournaments. But if I was gonna host an event, I wouldn't want to take a step down. It would have to be minimum $1,000 for the prize pool. So yeah, man, if you guys know somebody that wants to, invest $2,000, I'll gladly throw an event. But if you guys can find me a sponsor, I would gladly host an event.
Things around quite a bit. And then in MPLPH, for Omega, they've had a horrible season. And then for Chaknu, came back and started popping off again, and they were able to even win out against AP Brent. Even though it wasn't a full lineup of AP Brent, it was AP Brent with Pando, the sub player. But still, can one player have that much of an impact in the game? What do you think about this? I think we'll start with Bomba from the player.
Yeah, depends on how good he is, of course.
The C9 Cup, that would actually be dope.
That had been playing
C9C
before, has not been performing, and you finally have a guy that does the things you want him to do, then you're gonna.
It could be like an NA Cup
in the game.
But like a lot of people online as
Trex,
well.
my friend
say
says you a baddie.
It can't just be that one player. Everybody also adjusts to the guy.
Is it a
Do you
girl?
think it's still possible for this one player to just be able to create that massive impact? Like even when the team doesn't adjust, even when he just comes in and fill the role. As a player yourself with some sub players already
The
now,
Mickey Mouse Cup, yeah,
have you felt
exactly.
that
The
kind of
Mickey Mouse
impact
Cup.
before, or no?
Yeah, of course you need to adapt to the player, but mostly that's exactly what I was talking about in RRQ. So if you take one guy and you put him in your team,
I'm sorry.
he has to adapt to
It's
you, and you
because
have
their
to
mics
little
are
bit.
all crazy. Their mics are like all of their mics are slightly different volume, so it's kind of tough to like get the volume right. Is it really that
Adapt
quiet
to
though,
him.
guys?
But if you take 3 people and put them in
Like,
your
I can put
team,
it
then
up
you
to
have
here.
to change up the whole team.
Put it up to here.
So if one
there we go.
person
There
that
we
has
go.
been playing already in the team, for in Shakhtar's case, he's already been playing in Omega. He has synergy with the guys, so it's not a problem if they just put him in. But I don't know about the MPL Malaysia thing. I don't really know about this team. I haven't been really following MPL Malaysia. I'm sorry.
No,
I don't know
I
if
would
he
say
was. You can
just
say
for
it.
context, the MPL Malaysia team, they were dog water, and then Max came in as the jungler, and then he came as a hyper carry role. He takes all the farm, and then he just carries the entire team. So that's the context. They were number 10 of regular season, where you're gonna get relegated. But then after he came in, they got number 7, which is not enough to get into playoffs, but enough to save their slot.
Okay. Well, yeah, one player can make the difference, but in the long run, it can also be bad. But if he's better than the person that was playing before, why not? Just why not?
That's true. You share
I'm a
the
little
same
hot in here right
opinion
now.
here, James.
Yeah, I mean, for for examples, right? Just I mean, the guy would be like
I kind of want some cook. Oh
the
man, that was
Nitro
loud.
in
I
the
kind of want
max
some
case would be
cookies.
like a MobaZane in M3, something like that.
Yes,
he just
true.
take all the farm, he win a game, something like that. For you to understand Boba.
You're the
And
best if you're not first, you're
For the
last.
max effect, right? Actually, for a lot of teams, it happens before.
That is actually a big statement, Christina Newsom. I just want to say competition in any area of sports or games, no one gets props for being the best runner-up. It's about who wins. I repeat, Ricky Bobby said it the best. If you're not first, you're last. Stormy, thank you for joining the Dinos. And this is actually something that bothers me so much. My guy joined twice? I'm confused. Because I think so much will be like, yo, this team's garbage. And it's like, bro, they got second place. It's like, yo, they got second place. They got third place. Third place is pretty good. And I try to kind of speak like that a lot. You guys hear me all the time. I'll defend teams that are third, fourth place and stuff like that. I'm like, yo, they're a decent team. But yeah, I don't know.
For as well. But for each player, they all have their own like tempo and synergy things. And the tempo and the synergy things depends on one another. I'll just give another example, like Juan and Drake, they paired together before, or something like Albert and Finn before. I mean, it's ancient time. I mean, for some of you might know, some of you might don't know. Like season 5 when Finn left the scene, and season 6 Albert come to replace him, but we couldn't find the right synergy. But when Finn comes in, and we actually find the right synergy and tempo, and it actually fits in, like, and it affects to a lot of teams as well. If the 4 players have synergy and the tempos together, eventually if you change one guy to come in to adapt to
I
that,
want some
you'll be really
cookies or
fast.
something, man.
Like what Bomba said earlier on. Compared to like RRQ keep changing like 3 players at one time, it will affect the team
It's snack
morale,
time.
team mentality and all this. Yep. Same goes to Chaknu case as well. It will be all the same, like changing one player affect the whole team. Yep, something like that.
Last point before we move on, and MPL Malaysia told out the entire season Chiku didn't play. The one time Chiku played, the team looked amazing. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah. So the one player definitely came back, and I think that's why we're seeing also imports. Well, obviously we've been seeing imports for a long time, but now we're seeing a new region just I think they just entered last year, right, in the M5 wildcard and MPLI, but now we're seeing the imports. We've already seen imports. I think Zixuan was already in China as well.
Cake?
for a
No,
while,
bro.
but
Cake is
now we're seeing
garbage,
even
bro.
more
Don't even talk about
imports
cake when we're
for
talking about
MLBB
cookies,
in
bro.
China. And I think
I
I just want to
prefer
get your
cake
opinions on this
personally.
because
What are you, bro?
there's some big names here. We got
You
Chuma,
fucking
we got
child?
Saksa, we got Laphel, we
Cake.
have Kill VJ as well. Actually,
What kind of cake do
going
you
to
like,
China,
bro?
playing
Cake. You can't even dip cake into. You can't even dip cake into milk, bro. You can dip cookies in milk. Can't dip cake into milk. Compared to cookies, bro? Compared to cookies? Cheesecake is different. Cheesecake is kind of a different debate. Cheesecake is kind of it's a different debate, man. Cheesecake isn't on the same. It's like cheesecake is its own category. It's cheesecake. Like when you're at a birthday party, are you guys really eating a slice of cake, man? There's just so much bad cake out there, I think. I think there's a lot of or bun cake. All right, so there don't get me wrong, there's some good cake out there. But there's it's polluted with just a lot of bad cake. Man. I prefer there's definitely some good cake out there. Cake was Genesis Alacart's got it right. There's some cake that I like, you know. There's some cake that I'll eat. Anyways,
playing for MLBB teams in China. And I just want to get your opinions on this. You know, do you think it's a good thing for a new region that has just literally learned the game, to bring an import so that they can learn quicker? Or what's your view on this entire import thing?
Why
Do you
is it
think
so
maybe
hot in here,
because
bro?
they're a new region, they should take their time and build their, youth academy or just their younger players? What do you think, James?
Me first, right? Oh, I actually watch a lot of China's game because my mother tongue is Chinese, right? Yeah. Of course, I know all the things, and yeah, I speak Chinese a lot. Yeah, and I do help their scrim as well. Like I watch some of the team scrim, but I cannot say the team name. Anyway, for free, so don't hire me, RRQ, please. I mean, okay, ask questions. Saksa and Long, right? They're actually pretty good, and back then, right, they also hired Zixuan as well for the hyper carry. They actually short of hyper carry because of the language barrier. Most of the Chinese their players can't speak English as well. I mean, just simple English. And also,
China now?
for right now, MLBB in China is still developing, right? I mean,
What do we
still
got?
new. Just like
Oh, we
Honor
only got
of
like
Kings
15
in
minutes
other
left.
regions as well. Honor of King is very famous and popular in China, and their status is really high compared to right now in other regions, right? And for MLBB wise, right, and in over there in China, I think the standard is just like around like MPO Singapore standard. I mean, maybe higher a little bit, higher or lower. Like some of the skin actually are lower.
I'll answer that. What's taking so long for MLBB to be a superpower, for China to be a superpower in MLBB? All of their best MOBA players are playing other games. That's at least in my opinion. Honor of Kings is huge over there. And it's like, why would you would have to pay so much money to get one of these like really good MOBA players to switch over to MLBB. So in my personal opinion, I think the players that they're getting are like the players that couldn't. I could be completely wrong. This is just my theory. I think the players that they're getting to be on pro teams in MLBB are like the tier 2 players of Honor of Kings, or like the players that couldn't make the cut, right, for other MOBAs. So, isn't China also against gacha elements? No, bro. They literally. China makes half of the games that have gacha. But yeah, and like Honor of Kings is huge over there. HOK is huge over there. We're talking giant prize pools, millions and millions upon millions of dollars of prize pool. It's like, why would any big... And they're probably getting signed. They're probably getting paid so much money to play on those teams. It's like, why would they move over to MLBB?
Also, the versions of heroes are quite different. their hero powers. For example, the export is really OP in China versus, in my opinion, compared to the export in international version.
Wait,
It's a
so
different patch,
I
right?
mean, yeah, so there's still a lot of gaps in my opinion. But
is that
new players
true?
coming because they all know what heroes. I mean, what are the hero counters
Wait, is that true? The heroes are different?
and what are the strategy they're gonna implement into the upcoming patches. So they will get a really, I mean, easy job when they deal with the new patch and as well. Yeah, in my opinion. I mean,
They
they
have
will bring
different
a lot
patches?
of experience to there, but still, mobile game is still mobile games, right? Your objective is the same. It's not going to change, right?
That's so bizarre. That's a problem. I don't like. Will they ever?
Our last and final segment of the MLBB Analyst Desk, episode 2, will be a Q&A segment, something we hinted at in episode 1 for all you guys to ask our wonderful guests, me, your wonderful panelist, and Laphel.
Thank you very much, Mirko. Now, I think this question is going over to KidBomba, where this person asks, and his name is Quantum Space One dot dot dot. Is any region close to the Philippines in terms of macro?
Yeah, Indo, first of all.
In terms of macro?
And I don't think regions are close to Philippines to macro. And I prefer talking about teams. And I think there's a lot of teams that are close to macro to the Philippines, and they usually fail at like some stuff where you get nervous. I don't think like it's an unreachable level of macro. Usually scrim versus Philippine teams or we play versus them, it's not like they're just smarter than us, but we just misplay and that's why they win. It's just about experience at one point. So yeah. Well, a lot. Indo is the region that is closest to the Philippines for macro, but like teams, I can say I think my team, Team Spirit, then Onyx, I guess PTR, a lot of teams from MP in Indonesia, I guess Selangor Giants, you can say as well. Homeboys can match Philippine teams, and yeah.
Yeah, I think that's great, but okay. Let's move on to the next question, which is gonna come through DRN_LBSTD. Hopefully I said that right. But this should be pointed out
I
at the
don't know,
coach
bro.
himself, Mr. James.
I don't know. I don't even know what to say to that. Maybe I'm watching different games. Because in my personal opinion, I think Philippines, like when in terms of, it's one of the reasons, like, so, and again, correct me if I'm wrong. For me, macro is map control, it's lane control, and positioning. Those are like probably the 3 big things. And positioning is kind of the key to all of that. And when I say positioning, I don't just mean team fight positioning. It is macro positioning on the whole entire map. Lane control, minion control, having everything where it needs to be at the right moments. And when we say everything, we don't mean a fight, a team fight. Because micro would be small things. Exactly like when a team fight happens, when you're clicking skills, how you're using your skills, you're positioned in a small team fight in a, next to the Lord pit. Hitting minions a certain way, your positioning when laning against someone, your micro mechanics, comboing skills, how your team layers skills. Those are your micro mechanics, right? And I think a lot of regions are very, very good at that. I think there's some regions outside of MPLPH and Indo that are very, very good at that. I think NA's micro skills are what got them so far in M3 and M4. But in terms of macro, that is where PH, I think, has been ahead for so long. And I think only in the past year, only since like M5 really, do I feel like a lot of other teams have kind of stepped up to that plate. And even then, there's an issue. One of the ways you can tell there's an issue is literally the fact that like a team will be beating a PH team in terms of kills or something, but they'll barely be touching them in gold, right? Also in terms of Lord dancing, I mean, PH is known for their Lord dances. And one of the ways that they're so good with their Lord dances is because of their control in the long lane, the far lane, whatever you want to call it. Their ability to control that and have their timing of coming back. It's just not a lot of teams are doing it like they're doing it, man. Not a lot of teams are doing it like they're doing it.
Who do you think is the GOAT of each position / role, as well as coach? You can put yourself in here, James, if you want to, because you're retired and all. But yeah, I think we start from X from the top to the bottom, right? So XP jungle, mid, and then we have gold, then Rome.
Are you gonna say all role? Can I just say
All
two
role,
role and
per
Bomba say
role.
another role? I
role,
gotta say,
the
I gotta
GOAT.
say it. I gotta say tank and let's just say tank. All my minutes
Oh my
for sure.
goodness. Okay.
In my number one, yeah. And
It's a fair
for
take.
jungler, I think I like Cartesi.
Fair take.
Cartesi.
Fair take.
Coach, I really respect Coach Ducky a lot.
Fair take.
Ducky a lot. Mage wise, I don't have any idea yet. Yeah, for EXP wise, I don't know. Maybe let Bomba answer since Bomba is EXP, right?
Bomba, fill in
Alright.
the XP
Yeah.
for GOAT, the GOAT in the XP.
Let me think. I don't know.
probably
I cannot
KidBomba.
I cannot say Sandford because of last MPLPH performances. But I
Yeah,
want to
well,
say
you missed
Sandford.
this last one, boy. This video did not age well.
But I want to say Sandford, but
All right, just say Sanford,
he
bro.
always plays so good versus me in scrims, and then in
Say
MPLPH,
Sanford, bro. Please just say Sanford. You better say Sanford, bro.
she's like doing some questionable plays. But I don't know. I want to say Sandford. I
Okay,
have to
We'll
say
keep
Sandford.
that.
there we go. I'll
There
have
you
to
go.
say Sanford. I like you now, Bomba. We're back on good terms now. We're back on good terms now, Bomba. We're back on good terms.
So that's the XP for Sanford of Bomba. What about gold? Or gold and obviously, James. Oh wait, you already said Ducky. Gold.
Yeah, I already say I think I missed out Mage, right? Mage, I gotta
Yeah,
say.
yeah.
Mage, I gotta say. In my opinion, I love Lemon, right? I mean, but in reality, I mean, I still gotta vote Pew. I'm sorry, Lemon.
Pew's
Yep.
fair.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
There you
I
go.
Fair
mean,
take.
I
Edward's
can
a
I
fair
feel
take
for
for
Pew,
but
ESP. Sanford, Flap
yeah,
TZ.
okay.
Personally, for me, the mid goat is got to be Sans.
Ooh.
Sans is
Sans.
top tier for
No,
me.
but Sans only changed to mid lane after 3 games, which I asked him to because he played a lot of Lydia in
Exactly.
ranked games, Yeah, that's what happened. But yeah, I mean, Sans is
Sans could be
upcoming GOAT. I mean, for right now, in the moment, right?
Sans could be debated as one of the greatest. I don't know if you could really call. I don't know if I could put him on my GOAT list right now. But Sans could definitely. I think Sans still has some time though, and even James says it well. Sanji and Sans, yeah. I'm trying to think of like who else is really up there. Like definitely I think Sanji for me. Sans is. I feel like Sans is could be top 3 easy. Like Sanji, Few, Sans. Maybe you want to say and you could even say freaking you could even say Few, Sanji, Sans, whatever. Haji, yeah. It sucks that Haji's gotten put onto Rome, but you definitely can't count out Haji. Haji has to be up there in top 5.
Right now, for now, right? For now, right?
What about the gold lane? Did you say gold lane? I don't think you said gold lane yet. So gold lane, last one.
It's tough.
For me, there's still a lot
Super
of
Marco.
goal lane, right?
Benny!
I can't really give a goat for these positions because there's a lot, in my opinion. Different heroes and different time, different page.
I think that's, gold lane is actually like, it's a hard lane to choose because there's a lot of great gold laners out there, man. And in every year, I feel like one of them is playing the best, and then every year a different one is playing the best. Like Benny in M4 time was amazing. Up to M5, Super Marco was playing out of his mind. You know, when they say CW, they mean Onyx CW, guys, not Cold World. CW also, yeah, played some great games. Oheb during M3 times. And even up to now, he's played well. Amon is decent. I don't know if you could put Amon in like GOAT status. But yeah, it's tough, man. For me, Benny, not as much mechanics-wise. His positioning, I think, is one of the... I think Benny, his game sense... I think Super Marco has insane mechanics. I think Super Marco is a player that has insane mechanics. But one thing that makes Benny so good, really, is his timing and his positioning. Like, his timing to come into fights, his map awareness and game sense is just out of this world. It's why so much in M4 we saw the back doors and everything. Because, like, just knowing when he can make plays happen, like, his spider senses, man, are out of this world. Like, his spider... Like, it's just... It's nuts, man.
Pat. Yeah, I can't give the GOAT in my opinion, but all the marksmen that I experienced before, they are all really pretty good. Yep.
Yeah, I would say Chiku for sure. Yeah, I would agree. Yeah, Chiku.
Yeah.
He played Grok Gold, Arlet Gold, Hayabusa Gold. Not
Mia
saying he
and
won,
Layla.
but he tried.
Mia and Layla as well.
Yeah,
Mia
and
and
Layla
Layla
as well.
too.
Yeah.
You know what?
He played Rafaela Gold Lane, by the way, just letting you guys know. He won with Rafaela Gold Lane. Just,
Okay.
letting you guys know.
Yeah, with the lollipop and lightning transfer, right?
Exactly, exactly.
Yeah, I remember that. I mean, it's amazing.
Okay.
Amazing.
Well, you know, let's move on from Laphel's delusion to the real world back again, which with these questions, right? So, yeah, we got a question here.
Why don't I ask? Why don't I ask?
Sure, you can ask, Laphel. Are you gonna make
Why
up a
do you want to
question?
take everything? Okay. Okay, let me just get close here. Angelo Anthony 9744. In future international tournaments, which new or former region do you want to see participate? I think this is for KidBomba. Is there any regions here that is not in MSC or in the World Series that you feel like, hey, they should be part of the World Series or MSC?
I don't know if they should be part. I don't know if they can be part. I don't know if they will perform, when they will be part. But of course, the part where I come from, Europe. Well, like Central Europe, Western Europe.
Western Europe, yeah.
Since only Eastern Europe is theoretically allowed to play, but they would play on very high ping. So I guess just Europe, give something to Europe. I already said it a lot of times.
Yeah.
Just try it out.
Western Europe.
Give them a slot one time. If they fail, okay. Don't give it anymore. What can I say?
Personally,
that's
for
great,
me,
right?
personally for me, I would want to see Korea.
Ooh. For me, I would love to see the return of a region that was already once in the M series.
Japan.
I would love to see Japan back again, right? Because, you know, we did see Japan pull off
Yeah.
their own metas, crazy ways to play as well back in M2. So hopefully they get a chance again. What about you, James? What about you? Any region in particular that you want to see?
I mean, Japan as well. The Rafa God, for sure, in M1. Amazing. I love that. I really want them to bring back to Japan. Yeah.
What was his
And
name?
maybe
I wanted to
Taiwan,
play as
so I can bring my own
Obuyan,
team.
I think.
Is that it? We're done? Flash news? We got 5 minutes.
Welcome to the MLBB Flash News with me, Mirko, who will deliver brief news about MLBB from various parts of the world. Our news today comes from 4 different regions. 4 teams have secured a place at MSC 2024. From MPL Latin America, RRQ Akira are your champions. They've successfully defeated Entity 7, who will have to fight again through the grueling qualifier stage. And from the Turkey Championship, Fireflux Esports once again have established themselves as the strongest team in Turkey.
4-1.
Successfully beating S2G Esports 4-1 And just like Entity 7, S2G Esports will have to fight through the grueling qualifier stage. From the Myanmar qualifier, we also have a return of Falcon Esports, finally
Esports back
in the international stage after a long time, after successfully defeating the Burmese Ghouls with a clean sweep in the grand finals.
4-0.
Last but definitely not least, from MPL Cambodia, the back-to-back champions See You Soon will be the representatives of Cambodia after beating D-Roar Legends. And in this matchup, crazy taunts
D-Roar,
and
baby.
insane celebrations took over the stage as they basked in their glory.
Two
Damn.
big organizations have begun to spread their wings by joining forces with the big teams in MLBB. Onyx have collaborated with Fnatic, while Echo and Aura are collaborating with Liquid. With this collaboration, they aim to grow the global exposure
That
of
is bonkers
MLBB
right there, huh?
esports. Will other teams join in this trend? We'll see. Under a new banner, Liquid Echo have claimed the
What do we got? We got Liquid, Spirit, Fnatic, GG. Wait, Liquid, Fnatic, Team Spirit, GG, Cloud9.
throne of MPL Philippines Season 13. They swept Falcon's AP Bren
Falcon Bren, yeah.
4-0 in the grand finals.
Falcon.
They completely styled on Falcon's AP Bren. 4 players from both teams
6
got
big
killed in the
orgs
final
from-
team fight, leaving only Super Marco
League
and
Dota
Sanji
and-
in a 1v1 situation. Super Marco was then slain by Sanji, who then continued to march down Falcon AP Bren's base alone to destroy it once and for all.
And that's it for the MLBB Flash News. Let's get back to the episode.
Secret in Malaysia, but they're not doing too hot. I don't know why they joined Malaysia, bro.
Yep, that's
I
it
hate
for the
to say
Q&A.
it.
That's it for the
Are they
last
still
segment
there?
of the MLBB Analyst Desk.
The Secret's still there?
We'll be ending the MLBB Analyst Desk episode 2 very, very soon. But we're going to get a few more, or just like some last comments, I would say, from Bomba and from James, and obviously from me and then Laphel. So let's start with James. Any last comments you want to make here to the people watching at home, to maybe RRQ as well? Whoever you want to give your message to, just send it.
I mean, to RRQ, best of luck this season and next season and maybe upcoming season. And hopefully you guys will get a new stone. I mean, to the management, get a new stone and don't give up the stone. Yep.
Bomba?
Well, obviously, thanks for having me on this podcast. I'm very grateful, and just support Team Spirit. Wait for us at MSC. Watch the grand finals that we will be playing 1st to 2nd June on the official MLBB channel of CIS. I think ECA. I don't know what exactly it's called. And yeah, that's it.
Laphel?
For me, I would say if you ever feel like giving up, you can. But if you don't want to, just eat ice cream. It's hard to give up when you're eating ice cream.
That's actually really good advice, man. That's what I do usually. I just eat ice cream. And to everybody watching at home as well, thank you guys so much for watching the MLBB Analyst Desk podcast with me and Laphel as your panelists, and with our wonderful guests here, James and Bomba. I want to thank you guys so much for being a part of this podcast here in episode number 2, and hopefully maybe in the future we can get you guys on for another episode. Also, thank you so much to James's dog. What's her name, or what's his name before we end?
Mr. Loon.
Mr. Loon?
Yeah, Mr. Loon.
Okay.
They should
Oh,
say
you got
no
that.
podcast,
Okay,
yeah.
anyway.
That's good.
I think it's in him.
Yeah, he's angry. He needs to sleep now.
He needs to
All
sleep, and
right.
so do our viewers, Laphel.
Yeah, make sure you guys catch us, because we're gonna do this podcast every single month, where we'll see if most of the things get edited out. I apologize. Sorry to everyone. I just really like saying.
That's another one that we'll have to edit out. But if you guys want to leave any of your opinions down below in the comments, we are welcome to see that. We'd love to see what you guys think of everything that we're talking about, from the taunting to RRQ to all just the topics, and especially BTK. And also leave a like and subscribe to the channel on MLBB Esports. Stay tuned for more MLBB Analyst Desk, because me and Laphel and
Bro, Laphel's the
Bomba
goat.
and James will be signing off. Peace out.
I love the after music. Some Avengers music at the end. All right, that was fun, guys. I'm sorry that's all we did tonight. I don't really have much planned. Matt really wanted me to watch the drama between the what's it called, but I don't really have time. Then my computer crashed and stuff like that. My editor Matt really wanted me to watch some drama, the D-Roar drama, I think, or some other drama actually. I guess we could maybe watch it real quick. For Miracle. Finals highlight, special message from Apex and V-Witch. We might do that next time. I need some stuff for next time. I just really wanted to stream because I knew we needed to stream and like put some stuff out there, and I figured I wanted to watch this anyway, so I thought I might as well watch it with you guys. Watching MWI made me realize how much the women in this region will never have the time to spend getting extra good like women from around the world. I don't even understand. I don't understand. Hot take, I think our girls could actually do pretty good. I think top 4 is actually reasonable. I think top 4 is reasonable. How many teams is it going to be? At MWI? A lot of teams. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 teams. Group stage will be, what's the format going to be? Well, Nicolette isn't just like a mid laner. Like Nicolette has played roam, but like Nicolette has played other positions. I definitely think Nicolette's the best on the team. Like Ashley, Nicolette, and Panda have all been on top 8 teams before. Panda hasn't actually, but they've all been on like top teams before. Nicolette has won NACTs in the past. Like, I know that Zane was like, oh, it's 4 mages. Of course they're going to cook. And like, yeah, it's funny. And da-da-da. But, like, I'm just saying, they could. I think they can definitely get top 4. How many, I mean, guys, what teams, what are we comparing them to, bro? We know Indo's really good. Like what other, like, what have you guys heard from other female teams? Have you ever, like, is there 12 female teams that you guys know are just godly? That aren't also just 4 mid laners? What information do you guys have? Is Omega Empress a god tier team? Team Vitality, that's the Indo team. Team Vitality is the BTR girls team. So we know we know they probably take it, but what else? When they were in their women's league, they were winning. They won how many seasons in a row? They were sweeping every other female team. Meaning that all the other female teams probably weren't really that great. My point being is like, guys, are you guys got some, like, you're acting like they're going to be up against a bunch of MSC teams. No, they're also going to be up against a bunch of other girl teams. And I'm sure a lot of these regions, guys, it's probably going to be exactly the same. We got what? We got MENA. Probably literally 8 female teams that got thrown together. We got a female China team. Might actually, like the China, let's be real, the China female team might actually slay. We got Cambodia. You guys think Cambodia is gonna have some? You guys think Queen Arena series are gonna be bad mother lovers? Like most of these teams, like most of these regions, already don't do amazing on their men's team. Let's be honest here. Most of these regions, Indo is probably definitely going to dominate. They're the only region with like a set-in-stone female league. They're the only team with like a set-in-stone league. Female tournament scene. So I'm just saying, don't count out the NA girls just yet. Don't count them out just yet, boys. What the hell is that? Where's this music coming from? Yo, where's this music coming from? Oh my god, it's an ad, bro. If I get copyrighted for a Liquipedia ad, I'm gonna... What the hell? The Liquipedia ad. I don't know about you guys, but I ain't watching MWI for the plays. I don't know. I just think there's definitely some possibilities from them. Like unless they get like Indo and PH in their group. Unless they get Indo and PH in their group, I think they definitely make it out of groups. And then playoffs bracket, what's the bracket look like? Single limb. Bro, I think top 4 is reasonable, man. I think odds to get to top 4 is actually really reasonable. All right, guys, we're going to call it. Thank you guys for watching. Oh, I just got a message. Thank you guys for calling. Thank you guys for watching. It was a blessing. It was fun. Just watching the podcast and kind of hanging out with you guys. It was nice to just do a chill stream for once, not be yelling at the top of my lungs the whole time. Just kind of vibing with you guys. So much love. Much love.